Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is Wyln News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. Wyln News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on Wyln News. I'm Paula Degnan. A 25-year-old man now behind bars after police say he sexually assaulted a minor in West Hazelton and made her take pointers from pornographic movies. West Hazelton police filed charges of involuntary deviant sexual intercourse with a child, unlawful contact with a minor, and corruption of minors against David Munoz Acevedo of New York City. The victim's mother contacted police reporting the assault in January. She said he was staying with her in West Hazelton at the time of the incidents. Court papers say he stayed in the young girl's room. Acevedo was taken to jail without bail. Bail denied because he's considered a flight risk and a danger to the victim. A man living in Hazelton defrauded the United States. That's according to recently unsealed federal court records. The U.S. Attorney's Office for the Middle District of Pennsylvania announced 47-year-old Lucas Hernandez Torres was charged with defrauding the U.S. and unlawful procurement of naturalization. Those charges filed in February of last year but remain sealed until September. Hernandez Torres received kickbacks in return and also made false claims in his personal tax returns for wages that he never earned. They amounted to additional tax credits for the tax years 2010 through 2014. The Mexican national also made false statements on a naturalization application. He pleaded guilty to the charges in April of 2017 and is awaiting sentencing. Hazelton police arrested a West Hazelton man after he resisted arrest early Sunday morning outside a Hazelton club. Hazelton police were at Flow X on West Broad Street following up on an unrelated incident when an officer and security guard heard yelling coming from the front door around 2 a.m. The officers say 25-year-old Acier Miranda yelling and looking at the front door. Miranda headed for the front door, walking past the officer who attempted to guide him to the parking lot. Miranda hit the officer's chest with his elbow and attempted to hit the officer a second time, according to arrest papers. A struggle between Miranda and the officer, then Miranda was charged with aggravated assault, simple assault, resisting arrest, disorderly conduct, public drunkenness, and harassment, and was released on $25,000 unsecured bail. A man from Cunningham, wanted for violating a court order, pushed an officer attempting to arrest him in late September, according to court papers. 26-year-old Michael Marchese now faces a misdemeanor count of resisting arrest by Cunningham Borough Police. According to arrest papers, police were attempting to take him into custody for a protection from abuse order violation while he walked west on Walnut Avenue near Orchard Lane. The officer stopped his patrol vehicle on the road and activated his emergency lights before telling Marchese he was under arrest. But Marchese pushed him away and ran after being taken to jail after failing to post $5,000 bail. A neighbor's attorney called East Union Township Planner's review of subdivision and land development plans premature for a proposed Dollar General store this past Friday. Attorney Donald Karpowicz noted the area of disturbance on the plans exceeded 80,000 square feet. Anything over that amount in a C2 highway commercial zoning district requires conditional use approval and an environmental impact study according to the township zoning rules. The proposals had mixed reviews within the community as the land was recently rezoned from conservation residential on a 2-to-1 vote with Supervisor John Byros. His son Jonathan is associated with the land holding company. The future of the former Geppetto's building in Berwick worries the borough following the collapse of the nearby Masonic building just under 2 weeks ago. WYLN's Julia Wiegand has the story.
Berwick Borough has engineers going through the former Geppetto's building on West Front Street to inspect its structural safety. The borough understands that the building needs a new roof. However, it's also been in litigation since 2013, around the time of its purchase.
We do realize it's in litigation, and we respect that, but it has to be safe for the public. So we just want to make sure, LCC is right next door along the Eagles building, and the college and the Eagles building has a ton of gas meters right there. And we have requested UGI to safeguard them. Thus far, we've had no success, but our codes department is working with them again this morning. That's our big concern right now, because if something were to fall and pop a gas meter, then it amplifies in a hurry.
Mayor Tim Burke said the borough contacted owner Wade Perry for permission to start checking out the building after a call claiming the building's wall was bulging.
It's strictly safety. I mean, everybody's on heightened awareness since the other building. You don't expect buildings to just have a piece fall down to the ground. A lot of people walk down there, so we just thought we would take a precautionary rope off the area and until the engineers tell us that it's safe.
The former Geppetto's building is only one story, which shouldn't pose as much of a threat to passing traffic as the three-story Masonic building that collapsed did just under 2 weeks ago, critically injuring a 17-year-old girl. What's left of that building is a wall attached to the neighboring building, which needs to be removed by hand. Once removed, the borough will go back in to do what they need to do to make the area safe again.
I'm hearing all kinds of complaints, as are the rest of the officials in town here, after the fact. And if we would have heard it, I can assure you, we would have had codes personnel, engineers, inspectors, whatever was required, to get the proper answers. The town seems to be working on a heightened awareness, and I'm really happy. I actually see people at red lights looking up, and you don't want that, but you do want that, because if there is a problem, we're looking at this in a whole different way right now. One person getting hurt is one person too many, and we don't need that. We don't want that, and we'd like to take steps to avoid that.
The borough just received the engineer's report for the Masonic building, but as of now hasn't released any information from it. Reporting from Berwick for WYLN News, I'm Julia Wiegand.
Coming up on WYLN News, one company has hefty raises on the way for its employees, plus the one and only debate between the Pennsylvania gubernatorial candidates. We'll have a recap. But first, let's take a look at our forecast. We have a tornado watch in effect until 11 o'clock this evening for the WYLN TV viewing area. Also, some severe thunderstorm watches as well. Rain overnight with a low of 54. The sunshine returns tomorrow and maybe into Thursday as well. And that should be nice. We'll be right back.
Chur's Auto Sales has been serving the area with quality vehicles since 1954. Chur's Auto Sales is known as your friendly dealer and now in their fourth generation and voted the best used car dealer by the readers of Standard Speaker Choice Awards. John Chur would like to thank everyone that voted for his business. When you need a quality pre-owned vehicle, choose from a large selection at Chur's 570-454-7229.
Whether you suffer a sports injury or have a chronic orthopedic issue, Coordinated Health has everything you need from start to finish. Our team of highly trained specialists work together with just one goal in mind: to get you back to your life.
You got a disc herniation. We got this.
For orthopedics at the next level, Coordinated Health has you covered.
We got this. We got this.
We got this.
We got this.
Coordinated Health. We got this.
Hi, I had a very minor fender bender tonight in an unreasonably narrow fast food drive-through lane. Don't worry, I have everything handled. I already spoke to our Allstate agent, and I know that we have accident forgiveness, which is so smart on your guys' part. Like the fact that they'll
4 weeks without the car.
Okay, yep, good night.
With accident forgiveness, your rates won't go up just because of an accident. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
Visit your local Allstate agent, the McNeilis Agency in Hazleton at 1092 North Church Street, or in Hometown in the Hometown Village Square.
Amazon says its public policy team will start pushing for an increase in the U.S. federal minimum wage of $7.25 an hour. Amazon is boosting its minimum wage for all U.S. workers to $15 an hour starting next month. The wage hike will benefit more than 350,000 workers. Now, that will include full-time, part-time, temporary, and seasonal positions. It also includes Whole Foods employees as well. Pennsylvania's Democratic governor and his Republican challenger met in their only formal appearance together in the fall campaign last night. The debate, which was hosted by the Pennsylvania Chamber of Business and Industry at their annual dinner in Hershey last evening, was moderated by Jeopardy host Alex Trebek. Wolf is leading Wagner in the polls and fundraising and agreed to just one head-to-head encounter. Trebek framed the 45-minute event as a conversational-style format rather than the more traditional debate format that would highlight policy positions that are already well known. Wolf is seeking a second term in the upcoming November 6th election. Wagner served 4 years in the state Senate, resigning in June, and runs a $75 million waste hauling business. State lawmakers are getting closer to eliminating one of their own perks, their free use of state-leased vehicles. The House voted 140 to 44 Monday for the bill that would end the benefit and phase out the use of vehicles currently being used by lawmakers. Supporters say the existing system is wasteful and there's not enough oversight about how the cars are used. Opponents argue that the change won't save much money, if any. Officials say the state currently leases 42 vehicles for state legislators at an annual cost of about $304,000. There are 253 seats in the General Assembly. House Republicans are the only one of 4 caucuses that previously did away with leases among their members. The proposal now goes to the state Senate for its consideration. The Pennsylvania Lottery's new Powerball promotion launched today. When players purchase an individual Powerball with Power Play ticket for $3, a free ticket of equal value will be awarded at random. Now, the offer is valid through October 31st or while supplies last. To play Powerball, players pay $2 and select 5 numbers from 1 to 69 for the white balls, then select a number from 1 to 26 for the red Powerball. Players can also use the Quick Pick to let the computer pick their numbers. Coming up on Mary D's News Choice, recruiting on Trooper Talk Tuesday in Community and You. Plus, tired of those tires? Get rid of them. We'll tell you how. But first, let's take a look at today's winning midday lottery numbers. Good luck if you played. Stay with us.
When Matt Cartwright moved to Washington, he became a darling of the far left. Cartwright voted repeatedly for sanctuary cities and to give amnesty to illegal aliens, like the one in Philadelphia who raped a 5-year-old girl. These are the votes. Cartwright voted to raise our taxes and for more welfare. Cartwright is so out of touch, he won't even hold his own umbrella. Time for change.
I'm John Schrin, and I approve this message.
Our amazing off-premise sale was the biggest one ever. We traded over 50 retail-ready cars, trucks, vans, and sport utilities of all makes and models. And I need 31 new units to meet my monthly quota with the manufacturer. Discounts and rebates of over $10,000. Payments starting at $99 a month and interest rates as low as 0%. If you're in the market for a new vehicle, check out our website at blazehazelton.com. I've reduced all prices to an all-time low. With over 40 banks on board, we have about a 99% approval rate. Blaze Alexander, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Cadillac, Buick, GMC, and Mazda. Definitely taking the deals the other guys won't.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
Wyln, everyone. It's Tuesday, which means we have the Pennsylvania State Police here with us, and today I'm very happy to have Trooper David Myers, who is the recruiting officer here at Pennsylvania State Police Hazleton Barracks. So thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
So I thought it'd be really interesting to kind of learn about how you become a state trooper. So if somebody's interested in it, I know becoming a Pennsylvania State Police trooper is a lot more intense maybe sometimes than becoming maybe a municipal officer or something. There's a lot more, I think it kind of seems like, to becoming a state trooper. So what's the first step you'd have to take?
So first we would talk about the requirements and whether or not you meet those prior to submitting an application, those requirements being between the age of 20 and 40. So you do have to be 20 years old at a minimum to submit an application. You can't be older than 40 when you do submit the application. You have to be a U.S. citizen. You have to possess a driver's license from any state throughout the country. And you also need to obtain at least 60 college credits in order to step foot in the academy. We do allow people to apply with a minimum of 30 credits, with the understanding that they'll continue on with their education to get to the 60 that they need prior to entering the academy for training.
So somebody walks into the state police barracks and said, I'm interested in it. You talk with them, they put the application in, they're selected. Is there interview processes? How does that happen?
So we do currently have a 4-step selection process, which starts with a written exam. And just going back to the application itself, that could be found at our website, patrooper.com. Everything's done electronically now. It takes about 5 minutes to complete. You submit that, it goes through electronically to Human Resources and sits on file until it's time for testing. The first step in that 4-step process will be a written exam. If you score well enough to move on to the second phase in the process, that would be an oral board consisting of scenario-based ideas. The third step would be the background investigation, and then finally you would complete the process with a combination of physical readiness testing as well as psychological and medical processing. All told, the selection process, starting with the written exam to the last phase in the process, could take roughly 9 to 12 months prior to going into the academy.
Wow, so this is a process for you guys with it.
Very much so.
Now I know friends of mine who were municipal officers who left there to join the state police. They have to go through the same thing even though they're already like a police officer?
Yeah, so although they go through a similar training and for a similar amount of time, they would have to go through our training as well. We don't accept lateral transfers regardless of your law enforcement experience or for how long. I personally had a classmate down at the academy who spent 8 years with the Maryland State Police and had to start out in our academy on day one, the same as anybody else like myself who didn't have any law enforcement experience prior. Act 120 training is the certification that you would need for local policing.
Right.
That is where you would go to class basically on a daily basis for the 4 or 5 months that consists of. Our training down at Hershey, down in Hershey, is 6 months long, and it's actually a live-in academy, so you do stay there Monday through Friday with rotational weekends to go home for home visits.
Speaking of the facility in Hershey, so if you make it through the testing, everything's good, you get green light to go to the academy, you're there. You're there for the 6 months with it.
Yep.
So what are some of the things, some of the different types of training a recruit may see?
In terms of the cadet training, you're talking about anything from at the academic side of it and learning the laws, whether it's the crimes code or the vehicle code. You're learning rules of criminal procedure, so there is a lot of classroom time spent while you're down there for that 6 months due to the fact that there is a lot to learn and a lot more to learn even after you leave the academy. You're doing scenario-based training while you're down there. You're doing hands-on techniques, defense techniques. You'll be boxing each other while you're down there to learn how to defend yourself. There's some swim training. There's a lot of cardiovascular training in terms of running and that type of thing. And you'll also be responsible for performing duties on a daily basis as well as the weekends that you have to stay down at the academy for your duty weekend.
So it's very intense. So if you're interested in it, you want to talk to a recruiter. Trooper Myers here in Hazleton is the guy you want to talk to about it. If you have any questions, maybe you're thinking about it, but you're kind of on the fence, to reach out and talk to you and kind of see which way they're leaning with it.
Absolutely. I am one of 15 full-time recruiters throughout the state. Each troop, and we have 15 troops, has its own recruiter. Regardless of where you live or our area of responsibility, you can reach out to us at at any point in time. All of us are listed at Contact a Recruiter at patrooper.com, email addresses and phone numbers that you could contact us at if you do have any questions about anything.
So again, if you're interested, you may want to reach out. When you said, when they put their application in, and I know you guys take classes, and I think you guys just started a class down at the Academy, if I saw correctly, or they were going into one?
Yeah, we had one report, I think the end of July maybe.
Okay.
So relatively new, probably getting to about the halfway point. Our fourth and final class for this year will actually be going in at the end of October. I've been with the recruiting unit for 2 years now, and this is the first year that we've actually had 4 classes. Typically we'll have about 3, but that's all based on funding and how much money we have to process and then to train people. So yeah, the end of October will be our fourth and final, and then I think at this point in time, we know that we have at least enough funding for a minimum of 3 classes next year.
Yeah, so, and I know could always use more troopers out there. So again, if you're interested, you want to reach out to Pennsylvania State Police to learn more about it. If you have some questions, maybe you thought something we didn't cover here, give them a call, learn more about it, and become a member of Pennsylvania State Police. Trooper Myers, thank you so much.
Thanks so much for having me. I appreciate it.
No problem. We welcome you back anytime to talk about recruiting, and maybe we'll get you back early next year when we start with the next classes.
Absolutely. Sounds good.
Police. Thanks for joining us here on Community and You, everyone. We'll see you next time here on WYLN.
Express Care. Walk in and you walk into the region's most trusted health network.
Each of us has a different idea of what makes an adventure. Go anywhere and do anything in a Jeep from All-American Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram during Jeep Adventure Days. Lease a new Jeep Compass Latitude 4x4 for just $169 a month. Or lease a new Jeep Cherokee Latitude Plus 4x4 for just $189 a month. And get 0% financing on select models. Whatever adventure you enjoy, we can get you there in a Jeep at All-American Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Or online at allamericanjeep.net.
Physical Therapy and Balance Centers. It's spelled different because we are different. Physical is unlike any therapy center you've been to before. If you're tired of living in pain, if you want to move better, overcome an injury or balance disorder, or you just want to improve your strength and conditioning, our highly skilled team of medical experts will help you get back to living the life you enjoy. New mentality, new body, new life. Get physical.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Author and investigative journalist Ben Bradley Jr. will be speaking at Penn State Hazleton about his new book. The book, The Forgotten: How the People of One Pennsylvania County Elected Donald Trump and Changed America, will be released by Little Brown and Company today. The presentation is sponsored by the Penn State Hazleton Faculty Lecture Committee. The event will be held in Room 1 of the Costos Building at 7 o'clock October 11th. The event is free and open to the public, and copies of the book will be available for purchase. Bradley spent 25 years as a journalist with the Boston Globe and as deputy managing editor of the publication, oversaw its Pulitzer Prize-winning spotlight coverage of the sexual abuse scandal in the Catholic Church. For more information about the event, you can visit hazleton.psu.edu. Tickets are now available for the Helping Hands Society's Designer Handbag Bingo fundraiser. The fundraiser will be coming up this Sunday, October 7th, at the Faith United Church of Christ, 21 Faith Drive in Hazleton. Director of Development Amanda Hudak said proceeds from the fundraiser will go to the Helping Hand Society in Hazelton.
10 regular, 4 special. Lots of pretty purses, really pretty purses. We have turkey trays, 50-50, door prize. It should be a really good afternoon out.
Handbags by all the big names, Kate Spade, Dooney and Burke, Michael Kors, Coach, Tory Burch, all be up for grabs, and tickets are on sale now.
You can call the building. It's 570-455-4958, and they're $25 in advance, $30 at the door. There's only 200 tickets available. Doors open at noon, games begin at 1. It's for a great cause. It's a nice afternoon out with your girlfriends, so we hope everyone comes.
Again, designer handbag bingo this Sunday, October 7th, kicking off at 1 p.m., so be sure to get your tickets while they're still available. Luzerne County will host free tire recycling events for residents in October. Participants must register in advance by calling 800-821-7654. Residents are allowed to turn in tires from cars, motorcycles, pickup trucks, SUVs, and farm tractors. Tires must be whole, removed from the rim, uncut, and free of liquid and heavy mud. Organizers can turn away people whose tires don't meet the criteria. That event is Saturday from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Drums Elementary Middle School. Now stay with us. A look at today's weather is next here on WYLN News.
Fast, consistent internet speeds. TV your way. And reliable phone service. All from the one provider who also lives here. Service Electric Cablevision. Connect with us.
You've seen university advertising. A student like me pitching you the same old ideas. But I'm not gonna do that.
Instead, I'm gonna tell you what you can do with a Penn State degree. You can help anyone. Go anywhere. Create! And with 20 campuses to choose from, you'll always feel at home.
Look, Penn State is amazing, but your best years are just beginning. Come find out for yourself.
At Grand Central, our family has been supplying your family with quality brand name furniture, mattresses, and appliances for over 3 generations. Whether you choose from our excellent selection of Lazy Boy, Catnapper, or England furniture, or from our fantastic selection of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we guarantee total comfort in every room of your home.
With expert advice, everyday low prices, plus interest-free financing for up to 60 months.
From our family to your family.
Grand Central in Hazelton. Everything to make your house a home.
This is your home, your car, and you want to give them the protection they deserve. With home and auto insurance.
In Hazelton, talk to State Farm agent Pete Keselika.
Ralph M. Cameron, specializing in quality and affordable construction services for residential, commercial, and industrial, licensed and insured. Call 570-401-0654 today for all your construction needs.